And we have Poppy on the mic, and I'm over here as well.
And welcome back to the ZSBS podcast. So, how are you doing today, Zach? Doing all right?
Lots of high energy. I'm feeling great.
Lots of high energy. You're high energy.
High energy.
You're high energy.
I'm feeling great.
All right.
You know why?
Why?
Because I stayed up all night doing homework. High five.
I can't reach you.
It's all right.
We'll air five. We
already did.
So, there's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Is there?
Yeah. So,
why don't you tell us about it?
Yeah,
Zane?
Absolutely. That's what I was gonna do before you interrupted me.
Yeah, but I want you to do it.
You're getting on my nerves this morning. So,
alrighty.
This is really poppy mic.
Yeah, Zane's you're just gonna have to be quieter.
Is it just because the gain's up, or I don't know?
Maybe.
Check. There we go.
Yeah, let's. Whoa.
No.
What is that, Zane?
There we go. We're good.
Are you sure?
We're golden pony. We're golden pony boy.
Glad we're doing mic checks right in the middle of the show.
Well, I don't know. I'm new to this still. We're getting there. So, I did want to talk about this morning. I wanted to talk a little bit about if you saw the Bill Maher Jordan Peterson interview.
I didn't. You came in talking about it.
It was pretty good, man.
Like, man, I wonder if Bill Maher just doesn't see like what he is. Like, I just wonder. And I was like, I don't know, man. And then you're like, but like he's got to, right? And I was like, I don't know, man. Because I had no idea what you're talking about.
Why are you like this morning?
What? I'm not like...
You're really negative?
I'm not
really
negative.
Snappy? Maybe you needed some sleep. This is why you get sleep, folks. This is why you get sleep.
I am wide awake.
No, he's not. I can vouch. I see death in his eyes and hate on his mind.
No, it's just because I haven't shaved in like...
You know, they say the windows the eyes...
The windows are the eyes to the soul.
That's what I was going to say. Oh, my God. Wow. I'm tired as well. No, so Jordan Peterson did an interview with Bill Maher, and it was pretty interesting. I wanted to play a few clips and get your take on it.
All righty.
I forgot to stop the audio.
And this is the high-budget production you
Yeah,
get when you
high-budget.
watch our show.
Why should your right to freedom and
sensitivity?
What are we doing?
If you have an intimate relationship and you're discussing something that's difficult, the probability that you're not going to offend each other if you're actually having the conversation is zero. And so you don't have to think unless you have a problem. And if you have a problem, then when you think, you're going to offend people. And so what, are we not going to think? That seems like a bad idea. One of the things...
No, parents confide that in me because I don't have kids.
Yeah, well,
No.
that makes it safe.
They do.
But
but they say things like, yeah, I love my kids, but if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't.
Yeah, well, okay.
Like, well, don't tell the kid that.
Well, but that's so bad. Look,
it is so bad.
So bad because the thing is about little kids is that little kids have a wonderful element to them. And most people spontaneously like little kids, they'll give them a chance. And if you have little kids, one of the things that's so wonderful about it is that when you bring them out into the world, even people who aren't in good shape, rough people, and who maybe don't have much patience for humanity, it brings out the best in them, you know? And so people are willing to give your kids a chance. But then if they misbehave, especially if they're rude and they don't have any respect and they're whiny and they don't know how to listen, then people don't like your kids and you don't. And then your kids go out into a world where no one likes them. And that's what you do to your kids if you don't like them, is you send them out into that world.
So this pretty much went on. For a little while.
What's the context?
What do you mean? What's the context?
Like, it sounded like we came in the middle of a conversation.
Oh my God, Zach! It's a 20-minute segment.
Well, yeah,
on television.
I understand that, but I feel like I don't know.
So I just wanted to go over a few things about this interview. So in the interview, they discuss, and this just goes to show a little cognitive dissonance, I would say, on Bill Maher's part, because he has people on like this Washington governor here. What's his name? I can't find him.
Wait, is it the guy that went to the Holocaust Museum and was like, "Oh, so Warsaw is like a gated community"?
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't him. This guy right
Dang,
here.
that'd have been funny.
This guy right here. Let me show you him. Here he is. Come on.
Precious, and that means
Right.
that they tend to be overprotected. It has nothing to do with the ball.
This guy right here. He's about to talk.
Is that a good place to live?
Yeah,
Is that-
one was conceived in Hawaii, but that's okay. That's another story. So, the kids are not the problem here. The kids get climate change. The kids get gay marriage. The kids get legalization of marijuana. The kids get saying we should step on Donald Trump every chance we get. The kids are not. The kids are just fine. They're the smartest generation.
You know
in
what the
human
kids
history.
also get? That you can call social services if your parent does anything you don't like.
And this, like, it just astounds me, like, how Bill Maher has these people on, and they're his friends. You know, they're his friends, but they don't understand the problem at all. They don't understand the problem. I don't know. It was like this the whole interview. This guy, well, not the whole interview. That beginning part was only an exchange between Bill Maher and Jordan Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy gets the chance to speak, and it's just political posturing after political posturing after political
He's a
posturing.
politician.
Oh my God, you could tell. It was awful, man. You have to go back and watch it.
I mean, that's something I can't remember where I heard or where I was listening to this, but politicians aren't necessarily supposed to be our thought leaders.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, so like when most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
I'll say most of the time because there are a few occasions where politicians argue on principle, but most of the time they're not. Politicians most of the time are arguing for votes. So they're not arguing on principle. Which is why, like, again, whenever you see a lot of politicians when they go on TV, all it is posturing or towing the line of the party.
Yeah.
And a lot less principled, like, discussion. That's why the Ted Cruz and Bernie Sanders debates were interesting, is because they were arguing on different principles.
Yeah, and they were also arguing from different sides, from entirely different sides
Yeah.
of an argument. You know,
Yeah.
not at all from a moderate. There was no moderate perspective in that debate. I think that's what was so interesting is you saw the clash of ideologues.
Yeah.
You know, the clash of ideologues. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say being an ideologue is a horrible thing. I don't think it's a horrible thing, as long as you adhere to those principles day in, day out. You know, because otherwise you're a hypocrite. You know, but yeah, and this just went on for a lot of the interview. I don't know, what can you say about like that statement though? Like that statement sounded so idiotic.
What about, like, the kids?
Yeah, the kids get it. The kids
kids
understand.
The kids get it. All right. So they need to understand or realize that the people agreeing with them are literal children who, like, literally don't know anything. Like, necessarily, like, if the only person agreeing with me was like a 14-year-old girl in middle school, I'd be like, well, maybe I need to re-examine my position.
Yeah,
and I
you'd
hate
think.
and I don't normally like that argument,
Yeah.
but it's just like when they're trotting out the people, like these kids, like the kids get it, all right? They understand, all right?
Yeah.
We're on the same level, and it's like that's a pretty low level. I mean,
This is the funny part is maybe if you're siding with children, you know, on not siding with them as in like having their interest in mind, but like
Oh.
siding with them on issues.
yeah, I mean,
Maybe maybe you haven't grown up.
yeah,
Maybe that's just the problem. Maybe you ain't grown up.
maybe.
I mean, does it stand to reason, as Steven Crowder would say? Does it stand to reason? I would say it stands to reason.
Well, yeah, again, it's just like, it's like the only people that are advocating for your positions right now, again, are literal children. Those are the only people that you can get to push your agenda.
Yeah.
For instance, like David Hogg and the people in Parkland. Like,
Well, that's insane too. He would say, I guarantee you, this man would say that those kids are the future and that they get it. Those kids get it.
but they clearly don't,
They clearly don't.
because they don't know anything.
Well, and they don't know anything about guns. Period.
Well, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. They don't know
That's-
anything about guns, and also they're not trying to talk to lawmakers to make changes.
Yeah. Well, and
They're just posturing.
yeah. If you look at Kyle Kashuv, right?
Yeah.
He's actually doing.
He's
stuff.
actually meeting with Democrats and Republicans to try and get a deal done to make people safer
Yeah.
without necessarily taking
Well, and-
away their rights.
Well, and he takes a very nuanced view on the subject too. Have you even heard him talk? Like
yeah, I have.
he's talking about like he'd be okay with banning bump stocks and stuff like that.
It's not like he's you can own
He's
a
not
tank.
someone the right put out there.
No,
he's not someone
he's
that
not.
the NRA put out there. That's
no,
for
he's
sure.
not. I mean, and he's not financed by anyone.
Absolutely, yeah.
Really, I mean, like the only and you look at David Hogg and Emma Gonzalez and that other guy that I can't remember the name of, but I think he's Cameron Kasky.
Oh God.
I think he's actually the dumbest.
Oh, he definitely is. He's the guy.
He's the guy that went up to Marco Rubio. It's like,
It's like looking down the barrel of a gun. It's like looking down the barrel of
It's
his
like-
gun.
It's like, geez, you must not be very scared of guns then.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Marco Rubio is a pretty unintimidating guy.
Unless he's just got stage fright,
Maybe.
Maybe he's just got stage fright. But the thing is this is a retarded logic. This is horrible.
The
This
kids
is so
understand.
bad. The
It's
kids
like,
get
wait
it.
a second. They're eating Tide Pods, but yet they have the political wherewithal to understand all these complex issues.
Well, not just that. You want to raise like for instance, Democrats like this, right?
Yeah.
They want to raise the age to get a gun,
Yes.
but they want to lower the age to vote. Tell me how you can have those two thoughts simultaneously.
Well, I mean that's why
that just doesn't make sense.
that's
to me.
why the voting age was lowered to 18 is because as soon as you got because GIs would come back from Vietnam and they're like, well, we can't vote and we just fought a war, so okay, yeah, that's why the voting age was lowered. And it was so if you were going to do that, then you'd have to be able to draft high school students. And as a Democratic Party, that's basically their platform is we want to draft high school students in the Army.
And this is the thing. This is the thing.
I mean, that's the ultimate end goal.
Well,
or that's the ultimate end that comes from that goal.
Oh, absolutely. And here's the other thing. Is you need to have a set age that is adulthood. That is what I would advocate for. Is you need a set age of adulthood where all the responsibilities of adulthood are passed along to you.
I agree. I've made this argument several times in school and in classes and stuff because I think that having all these arbitrary ages like 16 to drive, 18 to do tobacco and other things, 21 to
Drink. Yeah.
25 to rent a car or a house,
21 now to buy a gun.
and now 21 to buy a gun.
In Florida.
Yeah, in Florida. And I just think it's really arbitrary. And I guess my position is pick an age.
That's what I would say. Yeah.
Pick an age. Don't make all these. I mean, if you want to make it 26 like it is to rent a car,
Make a rights bar mitzvah.
sure.
No?
But I mean, just if you want to make it 26 like the same age it is to like rent a car by
Yeah.
yourself, make it 26. It doesn't matter to me. But pick an age.
Yeah.
Because with that age comes a lot of responsibilities. For instance, getting drafted. One thing I mentioned earlier with the 18, that was a big thing when those GIs came back and fought for rights to vote
Yeah.
at the age of 19 and 20, because I think the voting age was 21. When they came back and they were arguing for their rights at 19 and 20, that was a big deal. And eventually the United States decided, yeah, that is pretty messed up that we're making these people go and fight and they don't even get a chance to get their word in edgewise politically.
Well, here's the thing. They couldn't even. This is the crazy part. Now, if you go into the Army at 18, you can't even have a drink.
Well, actually, you want to hear a really dumb thing?
I
So
want-
actually, the technical drinking age in the United States is 18. Technically.
What?
Federally, the drinking age is 18. However, the federal government gives money to states that up the age to 21.
I'm gonna check you on that. I'm gonna check you on that.
Yeah.
Federal drinking
It's
age.
technically 18. There's a couple states in the union that you can drink at 18.
No.
I'm
Absolutely.
being
I
honest.
don't think
Or
you're right.
maybe all the states take the money, but
In 1984, Congress passed a national minimum drinking age act that requires states to raise their ages for purchase and public possession to 21.
well, someone lied to me.
Yeah, I think they did. I knew you were
Is
wrong.
that
on that one.
1984?
Huh?
That's 1984.
That's 1986.
Oh, 86.
Well, yeah, by 1986.
Okay.
So it required, that's the thing, it didn't establish a federal drinking age. It required states to pass a drinking age.
What's the constitutionality of that?
I don't know. That sounds pretty unconstitutional.
Sounds pretty suspect.
Yeah, it said.
So really?
or
Oh,
loose.
jeez.
Sorry, this thing is popping really
well, when
bad.
you yell "oh" into the mic, it doesn't help.
I'm not.
Oh.
Anyway, but the 10, it says, I see how they did it. It was public possession to 21 by October of 1986, or they lose 10% of their federal highway funds.
Okay, yeah, that was it.
Okay.
So technically, it is they took the money.
Huh?
The states took the money.
Yeah.
That's what that. Okay, so
Well, why wouldn't
it was
you?
a conflation on my teacher's part.
Yeah.
My teacher said that they got extra money when they really just didn't get money taken away.
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. Pretty much. Well, I mean, they do receive those federal
Well,
funds.
does it say if any states rejected it and allowed 18-year-olds to drink?
Let's check.
Because I heard there were like 4 or 5, but I could be wrong.
Mm. No, I can't see anything here. 18 state drinking age. It is. Oh, what? In South Carolina.
Oh, in Louisiana, the minimum drinking age is 18.
In South Carolina, it is too.
South Carolina, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Kansas. What is that? Is that Colorado? Yeah, it's Colorado, West Virginia, and Wisconsin.
Wow, in 29 states, it is legal for the underage alcohol consumption on private, in 29 states, on private non-alcohol selling premises with parental consent. That's interesting.
Is Florida one of those states?
It is not.
Ah.
No, we're pretty harsh on underage drinking. Which, I don't actually think that that's a bad idea. I don't think that that's a bad idea. I kind of wish. It's kind of getting to that point now where a lot of science is coming out about the developing brain.
Yeah.
And how it doesn't stop developing until, 25 for men. And I'm starting to think that it'd actually be better if we moved the drink every age to 21. Like, I know that that's a little
Unpopular?
unpopular, to say the least.
What makes you say that?
What makes me say that? I don't think I have to justify that. But
Yeah, I'm almost 21. We can go ahead and move it now.
but that's what I'm saying is
I'll be 21.
I'm kind of
by
getting to that
no, by
point where
November,
why
so-
not, Why
Yeah,
not?
I'll be 21 by November, so let's go ahead and do
And
it.
I'm not totally against like allowing 16-year-olds to drive and then them getting alcohol, guns, voting all at 21. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. The problem with having 18-year-olds vote, this is the problem. This is the big problem with having 18-year-olds vote. A lot of them don't have jobs because the labor participation rate in this country is absolutely horrible. It's like at 64% last time I checked.
No idea.
We'll check that later. But it's absolutely horrible. no 18-year-olds are getting jobs. Well, that's not entirely true.
No 18-year-olds.
Most 18-year-olds are not getting jobs in high school. Most college students aren't getting jobs in college, at least their freshman year.
Yeah.
They're not getting jobs until their junior and senior year. And here's the thing, is should you be able to vote, right? Because these guys aren't getting drafted in the war. You know, these kids aren't getting drafted in the war.
Here's the thing: is are you going to raise the draft age to 21?
I mean, I would.
Because
to be honest with you,
you have to. If you do one, you have to do both.
I would agree.
And
I would agree. I would say raise it to 21.
That's why it was lowered to 18.
But that was also at a time when people were working in high school and in college.
But they're
not working anymore, Zach.
But they're still not.
That was back when the labor participation rate was like 85%.
There's still a lot of unemployment.
Yes, but the point is it's voluntary unemployment. It's not involuntary unemployment. These kids aren't going to search for jobs.
All right.
I mean, that's the problem.
Okay.
So that's why I would say raise it to just 21. Everything except driving. I think kids should be allowed to drive because they got to get to work. I actually am for kids working.
Yeah, he's for child labor, folks.
Yeah, for child labor. You heard it here first. No, I'm for kids learning responsibility and actually working a job. That's why I hate the minimum. I hate like the 16 to work thing. I wish you could be.
You mean?
No, 16. 16-year-olds.
Oh yeah,
that's a law.
Yeah.
You have to be 16.
Yeah, I think.
And I hate that. I hate that. I wish they would lower. I wish they would just abolish that altogether. Well, that's a lie. I don't wish that because then you have 12-year-olds working. I don't want 12-year-olds working. I say 13. 13's a good age to start.
I think you should be able to work at any age.
Really?
Yep.
You think you should be able to work at 9 years old?
I think it has to be with parental consent, and there has to be very stringent codes and regulations on like underage workers.
All right. I'm good with that.
Because okay, so like if a kid could like help his family like support themselves while like still going to school, and that have to be a thing.
But at like 9 years old, come on.
Yeah, but the employer would have to like provide education and everything, and it'd have to be quality education. Again, that's like
But
it'd
no
be very
employer would do that. Zach.
exactly. So it'd be enforced by proxy.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes,
it wouldn't
would.
be enforced by proxy. You're crazy.
It'd be enforced through regulation.
Well, then what's the difference in just saying no 9-year-olds?
Because it opens up the opportunity.
Oh my gosh! All right, whatever. That doesn't make any sense.
It does.
So you want to close it through regulation by proxy, but you wouldn't close it by regulation. Just saying.
No, I wouldn't close it by law. I'd close it through regulation.
No one under 13.
Listen, Zane, we can have differences on domestic policy, all right?
I agree, we can, but that's just kind of ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
It's a little ridiculous.
No.
Alrighty.
We need more fingerless and toeless children, like in the paper mills and stuff.
Guys, he's joking.
It is a joke.
He's not very good at the sarcastic voice. You have to take him with a grain of salt.
Listen, I'm the best at sarcasm.
All right, so we're gonna listen to a little bit more of this Bill Maher thing, and then we'll get on to bigger and better things. All right, this is the lady that I was telling you about earlier that really snapped at Jordan Peterson. She's a writer for the I think New York Times.
Oh
surprise,
boy.
surprise.
Former newspaper.
Yeah, here we go.
Are not rough with their kids. I don't mean physically rough. I mean in any way rough, because kids do know that they can do that.
The only problem with kids is they don't vote. That's the only problem with kids. And if you got a kid out there, tell them to vote next November. We got to get them to vote.
First off, how retarded is that?
Pretty retarded.
That's pretty stupid.
Oh, wait, no, Zane. Pause it. We're not allowed to say the R word.
Why?
Because it's derogatory.
Non-PC.
It's non-PC.
All right. Well, I'll minimize my usage of it.
We'll get shipped off.
I'll just say
gulag.
Like it's right in the back of my throat. It just wants to come out.
Mentally deficient.
It's
say
it's
mentally
coming out
deficient.
Mentally deficient. It's definitely mentally deficient.
I don't know if the price that we have to pay for children having some insurance against abuse is kids who are overly politically correct. I'll take the trade-off.
I don't really think
Facepalm.
that's
Kind of a
the thing
lousy
does-
applause
Oh, it
for
doesn't-
that, Alex. I don't know if that was
I don't
all
think
that
it does.
I'm not
popular.
saying it for the applause,
Okay.
Bill.
I don't
All
think
right.
it protects children from abuse at all, that sort of thing, because social services and the government provision of protection for children is not a very effective way of preventing children or preventing abuse of children. What's effective, and this is something you'll want to know as a parent, is that you have every right to intervene in your child's life when they're misbehaving in a way that actually impinges on you in a serious manner, because you're going to want to like your kid, and that means you have to come to a real negotiation with them about what their space is and what your space is. And you have to be able to take the right to yourself to put those limitations on them. And you're going to find that that's a very difficult right to take, because you're going to be doubtful about your authority. And that'll allow your child to run roughshod over you, and you won't like them as a consequence.
You know me so well for someone who's never
Well-
actually met me. But thank you.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
This is okay. So one thing I hate about when people talk to Jordan Peterson, I like that people talk to him, but one thing I hate about when people talk to him, they don't understand the difference between an idea and a observation. The idea, he was pitching an idea, really. He wasn't saying that, oh, this is what you're like.
Yeah.
He was saying that, well, this is something that we could see happening, and it's probably going to be bad, and so you shouldn't do it. And then she's like, oh, well, you must know me so well, and I really like the fact that you just turned off my mic.
Sorry. Repeat that for our listeners.
All right, let me try this again. So he pitches. Most of the time he talks in ideas. He doesn't talk in like observations or in terms of like what he thinks. He talks about talks about ideas.
Yeah.
So the idea he was pitching is, hey, this is a problem. If you do this, your child could be long-term affected in a negative manner.
Yeah.
And you could be long-term negatively affected. And so this is why you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, well, he must be talking about me. That's pretty big projection there, because he clearly wasn't talking about her.
That's a guilty mindset.
For real.
But the thing I don't enjoy about this kind of line of thinking is he's a clinical psychologist. This is his job.
Yeah.
It is his job to give this kind of advice.
It is.
And he's trying to help you.
I mean,
Like there's nothing in this interview that would suggest that he has any contempt for her or anyone on that board. You can watch it yourself.
well, and
Shows no contempt.
yeah, well, and another thing is he's not even necessarily trying to help her. Again, he's just talking in ideas. And this happens all the time when people talk to Jordan Peterson. They're like, oh, he's talking about me. It's like, no, he's not. Not everything's about you.
Yeah. Well,
He's talking about the ideas. And she pitched an idea at him, and then he thought about it. He's like, well, actually, no, this could be a problem because this. And then she goes, well, then you don't know me at all. How are you supposed to know what I'm like doing is better or bad for my kid? It's like,
well,
no,
notice
it's
how
not.
he's saying it. He's saying this might help you
Yeah.
as a parent. He's not saying you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
That's not. She is reading she is inferring what he is not implying.
All right.
That's just, it is the gall, the absolute utter gall that people like this have in thinking that they can't be corrected. They can't be, right? Even by a clinical psychologist. That's his job. His job is to consult families. His job is to consult people with pathologies. His job is to consult people who have problem developing.
Yeah.
Especially children. In fact, he talks a lot about Carl Rogers and how that influences his work. None of you guys know Carl Rogers is a famous child psychologist.
Yeah.
Like, the the wherewithal to make the assertion that he doesn't know what he's talking about because he doesn't know you is just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. He's telling you stuff that is psychologically true.
Yeah.
That he has seen in studies. That he has gone through the literature. He does that work.
Well, it's just like, again, I mean, I don't want to repeat myself, but
go ahead, repeat yourself.
But it's like, it's one frustrating thing about listening to people interview Jordan Peterson. This just always happens. Always. People always assume that he's talking about his personal thoughts or he's talking about them when he's just throwing an idea out there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know.
No, you're right. You're right. It's just, it's so utterly frustrating for me.
And when people actually let him just talk about his like ideas that he's just throwing out there, it's a much better conversation.
Well, just look at his conversations with Joe Rogan, for example. Joe Rogan is not a right-wing person. If you listen to him, he's not right-wing at all.
Not even necessarily a super intelligent person, but
no, yeah.
He's just a good conversationalist.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
Exactly. He even doesn't tell people that he's super smart.
No.
He says he's dumb. He says he's like a pothead that, he's just talking to people.
Yeah.
That's what he says. That's what he proclaims to be.
Yeah.
But he has these conversations, genuine conversations. I said general. Genuine conversations with people like Jordan Peterson, people like Ben Shapiro, people like Sargon of Akkad. I know your guy's been on there. But
yep.
He has these conversations, and they're so good. You know the camera's on, right? Can you stop?
Yep.
Can you stop, please?
Yep.
You act professional in the workplace?
I can't. This is not our workplace.
This is a work. I'm working, and this is a place. Therefore, it is a workplace.
Or is it a space?
So we had other developments over the weekend.
I got about like 10 minutes, so let's rush through this. I got about like 10 minutes.
You know how long 10 minutes is?
I'm just saying, we've been talking for like 30.
You'll be fine.
45 minutes on Jordan Peterson.
So here's what's been happening over the past week. James Comey.
I don't want to talk about this guy.
Why?
It's nothing, man.
We kind of have to. It's called the ZSBS for a reason. We have to talk about the BS.
Man. It's nothing.
I know.
That's what I don't like. Like, I don't want to talk. It's like there's nothing to talk about. It's just like, guy's salty. He got fired and he's angry. I get it. But does he really need to be on every show all the time?
Well, the thing is he's just wanting that money from the book.
Well, yeah.
That's it. That's all he's doing. He's not telling anybody. He's not telling anybody anything they don't already know.
Well, yeah. I know. That's why it's like, there's no point in talking about it. Like, I don't even want to promote his book because I think it's so dumb. It's just like his book has nothing new in it at all. It's just what he's already said. It's like, okay. I didn't think he was lying when he talked about that. I mean, unless he was lying about... Okay, so the only interesting thing about the Comey story is the Comey-McCabe thing.
Explain to the viewers what that's
about.
Okay,
so basically Andrew McCabe leaked information to the press. Wait, were you asking me to explain to the viewers so you could like get on?
I didn't know what you were talking about at first.
Explain to the viewers. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. Got a little bit of that.
So
I got it now though.
Andrew McCabe was leaking information to the press. I'm not sure which. I think it was Washington Post, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it, but I think it was the Washington Post. And in his testimony, he said that he asked Comey about it, and Comey said it was all right. But in Comey's testimony in front of Congress, under oath, Comey said that he had never, he didn't know anyone in the department, in the FBI, that was leaking to the press, and he had never given permission to anyone to leak to the press. And but McCabe says he did. That's the only interesting thing, because if Comey lied in front of Congress, that's contempt.
Oh yeah.
And that's a jailable offense.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
no, he's a slippery dog, man.
But
He's a slippery dog.
that being said, it could be totally possible that McCabe did it on his own and just said that Comey did it
It could be.
because he's trying to cover his own rear end.
I don't know.
I don't know. But then again, McCabe doesn't seem like a guy that's like a go-getter. Like he does things on his own.
I don't know.
I feel like Comey.
I don't trust anybody anymore.
Anybody?
Anybody, not even you.
All right.
You're an alien.
I don't trust myself either.
No, I don't even know myself.
Oh,
I don't even know myself, man. Postmodernism. I don't know myself.
who am I?
There's no way of knowing. Yeah, there's no. No, there is no me.
No.
There is no I.
What is an I?
No, how do you know that's an I?
Well, we don't.
An I is a social construct. Anyway,
Everything's
so
social-
Jim Comey went on the View last week.
I'm still waiting for them to invite Ben Shapiro on.
They won't. All right.
Come on, that'd be amazing.
We're gonna listen
That'd
a little
be
bit
so
to this.
Funny.
We're gonna listen a little bit to this.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't understand it.
Well, you opened it, then you closed it. Then you opened it, then you
Yeah.
closed it. Is it fair to say you suffer from premature interpretation?
That was a good one. That was a good one, Joy.
Yeah, Joy Behar.
She should be a comedian. She would sell out a
Funny thing
closet.
She's applauding this guy.
Yeah, she's. Ben Shapiro's talking about that on his show last week about how like that's the biggest con job ever. Comey just pulled the biggest con ever.
Oh, absolutely.
He's
The left now
he
loves him.
basically sank the Clinton presidency. And
Single-handedly.
Then,
Single-handedly.
And then he's getting all of them to buy his book. It's like this guy's a genius.
It's like the Boz. Have you ever seen the ESPN?
Yes.
30 for 30 on the Boz?
Yes.
He sold shirts that said kill or suspend the Boz or something like that. Like anti-Boz shirts. He
Dude.
sold them
That'd be
to the
I would-
opponents.
that
He
sound-
made money off
that
of
sounds like
his
something-
opponents.
I feel like Christian Laettner should have taken advantage of that when he was in basketball because everyone hates Christian Laettner.
Well, I think you know who should have done that? Freaking what's his face from Duke?
Grayson Allen.
Grayson Allen should have totally done that.
Well, he would have gotten in trouble
yeah.
because he's a college player.
Yeah.
I mean, he could sell
So
it.
was the Boz.
Oh, when he was in college, he sold
Yeah, he did that.
it? That was a different time too.
But that's not.
Everyone was doing
That's
it.
not illegal.
No.
I don't think that's against.
It is.
Are you
well-
sure? The only thing the T-shirt said was "punish the Boz" or something like that.
It
Here, I
didn't
can
have
look it
any
up.
like university logos or anything on it.
No.
Are you
Punish
sure?
the Boz. Punish the Boz. The Boz T-shirts. Yeah, it was. Here we go.
Because if it said it was at all affiliated with any university, then it's a problem.
No, I don't think it did.
Oh.
I don't think it did.
Well, he's just smart.
Yeah, that's genius, dude. That is genius.
Pardon?
I actually have to kind of give Comey some props, dude. Like
That's what I'm saying. It's like this guy,
the guy.
he knows business.
Well, the guy.
Maybe he shouldn't have been an FBI director.
The guy
Maybe
did
he
a-
should have been Secretary of Commerce.
The guy within a span of a year did an entire 180 in the press's eyes.
yeah.
He
Well, no,
went
he did a 360.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because at first
He was a hero.
he was a hero because he said we're not going to indict.
Hillary Clinton.
And then he was a villain because he
First,
said,
we're gonna
we're
open-
reopening the
investigation
investigation because we found all these new emails. And then he's a hero again because he hates Trump. It's like, whoa,
Yeah, this
guy's
is
insane.
This guy's a roller coaster. This guy is a man.
Dude, he has, but he's played this super well.
Oh, absolutely.
And you know what? I give him props for it. I'm not at all interested in anything he has to say.
Oh, I'm not either. I'm not saying I am.
The
I'm
only,
saying-
again, the only interesting thing is the thing between him and Andrew McCabe. And also, there's this thing. Potentially, the CIA director under Obama was leaking information, but I don't know enough about that to talk about it. So,
Yeah. Anyway, so that's all I got. You want to talk about anything else for the next 5 minutes? We have 5 more minutes.
What time is it?
10:11.
10:11.
10:11. In the AM.
What else is there to talk about?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
So,
Let's Google it. You ready to Google it?
oh, we could talk about artificial intelligence.
What about artificial intelligence?
So, right now I'm playing Mass Effect
Oh my god.
Andromeda, right? It's a pretty good game.
He's way behind, guys. He's way behind the curb.
Listen, it was super
He's behind
cheap,
the curb.
and I'm really enjoying it. You know, I hear it's not as good in terms of role playing as the other Mass Effect games. However, the combat's fun. It's difficult. It's challenging. There's a lot more tactical stuff that goes into it than most shooters. And it's got some pretty interesting stuff about AI in there, and about how and colonizing planets and stuff, and about journeying to another galaxy, and all the challenges that come with that, and things that you may not expect to find. It's pretty interesting, and so I've been thinking about that a lot. But anyway, the interesting thing about the AI is that basically in the game, the AI is intelligent and self-aware, and it is fused with the mind of a human via a computer chip. And the reason they did that was to create an in-group between AI and humans rather than AI or humans. So it's an and, not a either or.
Okay.
And that's because in the Milky Way galaxy, in previous games and in previous lore, several races had trouble with rogue AIs that try and kill them, basically destroy their creator. So it was interesting psychologically and communicatively. As someone studying communications, there's a lot of interesting themes in that, because in-group and out-group and how people communicate is pretty interesting. Also, the fact that when you get to this new place, you encounter an alien species, an intelligent alien species that you attempt to make first contact with, and then they shoot at you. So it's it's interesting. I don't know.
Sorry, it's just yeah.
You don't care?
No, yeah.
All right.
I'm not really.
Good talk.
No, I'm just not into that Mass Effect stuff, man.
Why?
I don't know. Because I find other games to be more entertaining.
Zane plays Super Mario Maker, and he's
no, actually, I don't. I sold that.
It's the coolest game.
It actually is the most boring game ever. You play for 15 minutes and you're already tired of it.
But you for 3 weeks, Zane's Zach, come over. You gotta try out Super Mario Maker. And I came and tried it out. I was like,
you can only play it 15 minutes at a time.
I was like, this isn't even. I don't know.
No, it gets old fast.
Yeah.
It's old fast. Of course, some people do really cool stuff with it. Some people do really cool stuff with it.
Well, yeah, but I don't know, man.
Yeah. All right.
I mean,
all right. I get
well,
it.
are you into any games right now, Zane?
I am replaying Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
See, Zane's
I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
I'm a big nerd. Yeah.
Wait, are you
Call of Duty World War II. I will say this for anybody out there that's watching this. Call of Duty World War II was absolutely amazing. Amazing movie. Not movie. Game.
Go to bed,
Sorry.
Zane. Go to bed.
It's like the cinematics in it are just absolutely astonishing. You feel like you're there. It's amazing. It is the coolest war game of all time.
I was playing the opening scene to Halo 5 is pretty great.
Pretty great.
The rest of the game's not that awesome, but the opening scene's incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You basically there's a battle going on the surface of this planet, and you jump out from 5,000 feet up, and you jump out, so you do the action, and then for the next minute and 30 seconds. It's just you and like four other people like rolling down this hill, like killing a bunch of like aliens. It's like, what in the world is going on? Oh, it's pretty amazing. I don't know. But the rest of the game, which is also about AI, it's actually about rogue AI. Wow, that kind of related back, and I didn't even intend to make that like connection when I started talking about Halo, because I was just talking about the cutscene at the first cutscene, which is like amazing.
Yeah.
But Halo 5 is like about a rogue AI.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's not like, I don't know. It wasn't a very interesting story, because the AI is supposed to be smart. It's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Like when it could like very easily like you see the AI do things and you're just like, well, why hasn't it just killed me? Because it totally could, but it hasn't for some reason. Like I don't know. I just thought it was dumb. Does
Wait,
that like
what?
Does that ruin immersion for you? Like ever?
What ruins?
Like when you
immersion
see
for me?
like an OP like villain, right? Like a villain that's really overpowered, and
Give me an example.
oh, jeez.
Because I don't think an OP supervillain is actually a bad thing.
No, but what I'm saying is like when you see a villain do something to like someone else, and then not do it to you, just so the game can progress. Like, and it keeps you alive, basically.
Oh, for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason.
Kind of like Far Cry 3.
I didn't play that game.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Go home and.
I have never played Far Cry.
Are you? Get out of here.
I'm so serious.
I only played Far Cry 3 and Far Cry 4, but Far Cry 3 was crazy.
Well,
Like let me just say the beginning, because the beginning
I know-
is not giving any spoilers.
well, no,
away.
I know the beginning. You're like partying with like your brother and like a couple friends.
Yeah, it's like
And,
college
like,
buddies.
Yeah, a couple college buddies, and then like you all get captured, or no, you get drugged,
Yeah.
and you get captured,
Mhm.
and then you escape with your brother, and then you get captured again, and the guy kills your brother.
Yeah, but there's no reason. I mean, he is crazy. Yeah, there is a reason. Never mind.
No,
That's
but
a bad example.
But what I'm saying is like, so we're probably over time, but my class is pretty close, so I'm gonna talk for 2-3 more minutes, and I'm gonna wrap this up. So
Sounds good.
basically, Master Chief and the AI in the game is named Cortana.
Okay.
Basically, Master Chief and Cortana are like friends because AI in the Halo universe is very, very self-aware, and it has like wants, needs, it has feelings, all this stuff. So she specifically doesn't hurt Master Chief and his team. However, you're part of the other character you play is part of a different squad that's not Master Chief's squad, and for some reason she doesn't kill you when she could easily kill you. And the reason I say easily kill you is because there's this thing called the Warden Eternal that's like a big boss in the game that keeps reappearing because apparently he exists across dimensions and he has like several million bodies, but he's got one mind.
Sounds ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyway,
This is why I
like
don't
you
play
see
Halo.
you see her literally just tear him apart. Like literally, like black hole, gone. But she doesn't do that to you for some reason when you're trying to stop her in her like lair. It makes sense for her not to do it to Master Chief, but for not to not do it to Spartan Locke, which is the character's name that I just remembered, it doesn't make any sense. By the way, Nathan Fillion's in that game, and he is a great voice actor. I'd just like to point that out. I love Nathan Fillion. Do you know who Nathan Fillion
You just
is?
explained to me why the game sucked, and now you're explaining to me you should play that game because this guy's amazing.
Dude, Nathan Fillion. You know who Nathan Fillion is, right?
No.
Castle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
He voices a Spartan, like you're like number 2. And it's really good because he's like cracking jokes, and like Spartan Locke's like this really serious guy. And then Nathan Fillion walks in and he's just like,
Like, did they CGI his face?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he takes off his helmet, his face. Of course, they made him look younger because
Obviously, he's old.
yeah, he's getting old.
Yeah, he's entertaining though. He's pretty funny.
He also voices a character in Destiny 2.
Yeah,
He's extremely funny in Destiny 2.
he does a lot of voice acting.
He's a very good voice actor.
Okay, he's like Mark Hamill, except Mark Hamill only does Joker, but he does it really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, that's
all.
I think that's all we have for today.
Next week, I brought this in case we were going to do it this week, but you came prepared with stuff to talk about. So. Oh, this is a rental book. I don't know when I have this due. Oh, we're doing it Friday, aren't we? I'll have it.
Yeah, we'll do it Friday. But the thing is I think especially with video games, I think that the necessary thing is to have, like, this is the coolest thing about Legend of Zelda to me, especially the new game, is you have an OP boss.
Yeah.
Like, you need an OP boss, because otherwise you don't have any progression.
Well, yeah, I understand. My problem with this was...
You shouldn't be able to beat the boss at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, I know. But my big problem was the fact that she could easily kill you, but didn't when she knows you're trying to stop her. When IRL, that's the first thing she would do.
Yeah.
Especially because you're supposed to, like, the objective is, because Master Chief went, like, off the radar to try and find Cortana, because Cortana was thought to be dead, but she's alive, and she's in this thing.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, so he basically ignores orders and goes to find her, and then you're trying to chase him down, like, track him down and bring him in.
Well.
And so, not only are you attempting to stop Cortana, you're also attempting to stop Master Chief from reaching Cortana, which would be another reason for Cortana to kill you. So why doesn't she?
That's a good question.
I don't know. It kind of ruined it for me. Because, like...
I just don't like Halo.
It made me feel like there were, like, no stakes. No beef. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no time. Like, there's no sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with a lot of games. It's the problem with a lot of games. I think that in the new Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, they should have added, like, a some kind of timer or something.
Oh, really?
Like, you have to finish the game within, like, 50 days of playing time.
Oh, jeez.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
And if you think about that, of playing time, not of actual
days. On a calendar.
Yeah. Not like the game time, but like 50 days of playing time. Because the game keeps track of how many seconds and days you actually play.
Yeah.
How many hours you actually play.
Yeah.
And if they set a time on that for, like, Ganon to take over, that would be awesome. Because you'd be forced to, like, move along.
So basically it's kind of like, so you, like, kind of want it the same setup as Majora's Mask?
No, because Majora's Mask has a lot of going back and forth. I don't like the back and forth thing.
All right.
I think it would just be one set time limit before you
Okay.
had to, like, free all the things. I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody who wants to play the game, but
oh, don't worry about it. I basically spoiled Halo 5. So.
I know you did.
But if you haven't played Halo 5 yet, what are you doing? Game's like 3 years old.
I'm living, Zach. I'm living. I'm
It's
having
like-
a good time.
That game's like 3 years old.
Having a good time. Having a good time. Oh.
Alrighty. So, I think that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. That's
See you guys on Friday.
yeah, we'll see you guys later. Have a good one, and see us back here on Friday.